Good morning from Rotterdam.
Welcome to Well-Traveled Life. You're with Jonathan and Jennifer. You are on our Cruise Ports channel, and today we are in Rotterdam. Rotterdam is one of those ports that is both a destination as well as an embarkation and debarkation point. So we're going to talk about this from all of those aspects. We were on a Princess cruise, and this was just a one-day stop on our transatlantic crossing. We had a really long day in port, and we used it as an opportunity to go out to another part of the Netherlands. We have a number of videos on our Eat, Stay, and Play channels where you can see Delft, Zwolle, Gouda, and other really fun city visits in the region close to Rotterdam. But Rotterdam is also a debarkation and embarkation port, so this video we're going to dedicate our time to helping you manage the port for maybe an overnight stay. We'll give you a best hotel suggestion as well as a really good primer on how to use the public transportation system. We'll get you to and from the cruise port using the metro system as well as the Netherlands train system. I think public transportation in the Netherlands is really important to understand and use. It's very accessible and it's very easy. So we will show you how to walk to the tram station, pick up a subway, get to Central Station, and then do tickets to another destination. The Netherlands is a pretty green country, and we were not entirely surprised to see a protest going on outside the cruise port upon our return back to the ship. We have been on other cruise ships. When we were on Holland America, there was not a protest going on. Everybody was polite, they were kind, they were thoughtful. They just wanted us to be aware of the environmental concerns involving cruise ships. You are in Rotterdam and at the cruise terminal, and you can use this public transportation to get anywhere you want to go in the Netherlands for a great day trip. If you want to go to Gouda, if you want to go to Delft, you can do it on your own. Public transportation is a snap. We'll show you how. Thanks for being here. So as you exit the cruise terminal, you're going to turn left and head towards Wilhelminaplain, which is a subway station. It's a little less than half a mile to get there. There is sidewalks all the way. It is a car and bike friendly street, so watch where you're walking. Go to the end of the street past the De Rotterdam Hotel. And we want to make a point that the De Rotterdam Hotel is a really great option for those of you who are embarking here and you want to come a day early so that you're sure that you have time to meet your cruise. This hotel is perfectly situated, literally right next door to the cruise port. Easy walking distance, even if you had luggage. So here's your hotel, and here's the cruise port. It really is that close. So you'll just continue past the hotel, and at the corner right across the street you will see Wilhelminaplain, and that is the metro station entrance. Look for the Luxor, that is one of your landmarks. You'll take the escalator down into the subway station. If you are traveling with luggage and you're trying to use the metro to get to the airport or to Central Station, it's really not as hard as it would seem. Once you get yourself down the road and across the street, then they have escalators and moving walkways to help you. And here is the best part of public transportation in the Netherlands. You do not need to stand in those lines to go buy tickets and figure out what kind of a ticket you need, etc. Don't do that, skip the line, and just on the other side of the ticket counter are the turnstiles that you'll use to get in. Here's the great part. You don't need that ticket, you just need a credit or debit card. You will put it onto the screen and the gates will open. It automatically charges you when you leave the station at your destination. When you arrive at Rotterdam Central, you're going to swipe the card to get out, but keep your card handy because you will need it again to swipe into the train station. we're going to transfer from a subway to an actual train. And the train's what's going to get you to the other cities. But both systems work off the same ticket system where you just use your credit card to swipe in and swipe out. Make sure you're using the same credit card and understand that that ticket that it buys you is a second class ticket, so you need to make sure and get into a second class coach. Don't try and go to first class. The 2 on the side of the car is an indicator of the class. But let's get back to the metro system itself. In order to get to Rotterdam Central, both the D and the E line will get you to Rotterdam Central from Wilhelminaplein. The final destinations are Den Haag Central or Pijnacker Swede. If accessibility is an issue, there are escalators up and down as well as an elevator. In the subway, you'll have maps of all of the stops along each one of the lines, as well as monitors that will tell you which direction you're going and what the next stop is. The monitors will even tell you what time you should be arriving at that next stop. Announcements will be made in both Dutch and English to further help you.
Station Rotterdam Centraal. Rotterdam Tourist Information. De doelen. Theater Rotterdam. Eindpunt. Vergeet niet uw persoonlijke eigendommen en afval mee te nemen. Bedankt voor het reizen met de RET. Final stop. Don't forget to take your personal belongings.
Should you have any problem with your ticket working, whether it's a paper ticket or your credit card, there are people on hand who can help you, and they will make sure that you get through the gates. Just ask for anybody in uniform. At Rotterdam Central, the metro station and the train station are essentially in the same building. You will leave the metro station by checking out with your card and follow the signs to the train. Major train stations will have stores, bakeries, and other places you can stop and grab something to eat or drink. You'll then make your way to the platform for your next stop. You don't need a reservation, and you'll often find there's numbers of seats available. You can sit next to each other or facing each other with a small table in between. Train travel is a great way to get a sense of the countryside and ride with a view, but there are electric outlets at the seats, so if you need to, you can plug in a computer or a phone and get some work done. If you're just doing a day trip from Rotterdam, likely your train rides will be relatively short. Again, the Netherlands is a fairly small country, and you're not going to be going more than an hour or 2. If you're trying to get to Amsterdam, it's about an hour. If you're going to Delft, it's not more than 15 minutes. If you're going to Gouda, it's 18 to 52 minutes, depending on which train you get, and whether you need to switch trains at another station like Utrecht. So sit back, enjoy a profiterole or a stroopwafel, and enjoy the view. Most trains will have silent cars, and that means that guests in those cabins are asked to be quiet. And I will share with you that if you are talking, you'll be reminded that you are in a silent car. Bike riding is more than a pastime in the Netherlands. This is an actual mode of transportation that most people use. So you'll see bikes on roadways, and most trains will have a car specifically for bikes. Both train and subway stations are notorious for lots of stairs. If mobility is an issue, most of them will have lifts. You just need to look for them. But the metro or subway stations in Wilhelminaplein, Rotterdam Centraal, and Amsterdam Centraal, as well as Amsterdam Schiphol, which is the airport, will all have elevators and escalators, so that if you're carrying luggage, it won't be too terrible. You will still have to lift luggage up into a train. Just ask for help if you need it. Train etiquette, you just want to stand off to the side so that people getting off the train can get off freely, and then the people getting on can move quickly back on. But what makes the train system work is that it moves quickly. Those stops aren't more than a couple of moments, so you need to make your way fast. Let's talk a little bit about train amenities. Trains all have restrooms, but I can't guarantee you're going to love them. You need to know about those green and red buttons. On the outside of the restroom, there's a green button that will open the door, and the same thing on the inside. The red button will lock it, and the green will open it. They aren't especially clean. This one was in really bad shape, but in an emergency, it will do the job. And double-decker trains are a fun way to get a different perspective. Enjoy your time wherever you're visiting, but check your train schedules to make sure you know when to be back at the station to get a train back to the port. Trains to cities like Delft and Gouda are going to run very regularly. There will be probably at least 2 an hour. The easiest way to find maps and routes is to use the NS app. It's free to download. You do not have to register or log in order to use it. It has a really great search feature and will give you all the trains, train times, and connections. If you do download and set up the app, you can get discounts through that if you purchase your tickets there, and then you'll just use the app and the ticket that you purchase there at the screen. You don't use your credit card at that point. Enjoy your time wherever you are, and when you're ready to go back, this is the process. To get back to Wilhelmina Plain from Rotterdam Central, you're going to take either the D line or the E line from Rotterdam Central to Wilhelmina Plain. You're looking though for the direction. You can go into any one of the ticket booths, that's not a problem. The problem is you need to go to the direction, the correct direction. So you're either looking for De Akkers or Slinge. And if you're doing the D line, it's De Akkers, and if you're doing the E line, it's Slinge. Either way, you're going to be fine. On one of the days that we were in the metro station, they had security officers checking cards and tickets. Not a normal happening, and it's no big deal. Just show them what you've got, no problem. When you come out of the station, you're going to look for those icons. You've got the bridge on the right, and don't forget the Luxor on your left. You'll follow that straight down right back to the port and the cruise terminal building. For videos about Delft, Zwolle, Gouda, Amsterdam, or any of the other cities in the Netherlands that we visited, check out our Eat, Stay, and Play channel. We've got lots there about restaurants, museums, cheese markets, and other things to do around those towns. We also feature hotels, Airbnbs, and other places we've stayed on our Where to Stay Around the World channel. Check out the houseboat in Zwolle. That was a treat.